Hey, what's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. Here recently, we've been following some weather extremes in California. Huge wildfires. Now we're seeing multiple feet of snow up in the mountains where people's homes are being covered with snow. You can see in this photo right here, mega droughts and now extensive flooding to the point where levees are breaching. Once again, we saw this back in 2017, and I want to show you guys a common denominator that's occurring now that occurred back in 2017. And that seems to be a motivating factor in these floods and what's causing this flooding now and what caused it back in 2017. I want to show you guys what's happening in the atmosphere that's bringing all of this rain and snow to the elevations of California. These atmospheric rivers out here in the Pacific Ocean that are moving towards the west coast of the United States, once again bringing more rain here in the next couple of days, looking at anywhere from 4 to 6 inches of rain near Chico, looking at 4 to 6 inches of rain down south and east of Fresno, looking at an additional 2 to 6 feet of new snow in the Sierra Nevadas just in the next couple of days. And this trend is going to continue for probably another couple of weeks off and on. There's more atmospheric rivers headed towards the California coast. And I want to show you guys a major climate driver, especially when it comes to these atmospheric rivers that we're seeing right now over in California. And you guys have probably heard of El Nino and La Nina. It's a heat anomaly out here in the Pacific Ocean that definitely influences the weather patterns that we see, especially in the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere as well in Australia. You can see the oscillation up here on the top map going from warm to cold over the years. This map goes from 2002 up through 2011. Notice the color here at the equator, the orange and blues. The blue represents La Nina years. The orange represents El Nino years. Like right there, see that orange? That means the water is warmer here along the equator, which influences the jet stream in the northern hemisphere in a certain way to where it typically runs the moisture through the southern United States into Texas. And when we're in a La Nina cycle, like you see right here back in 2010, that means the water tends to go in the California area and not so much in the Texas area. And I'm just scrolling through the years. There it went to blue. That's a La Nina cycle. What that does, it transports the water and atmospheric rivers into California, primarily in through the central and northern California areas like we're seeing right now. So it's right on schedule because what's going on, we're in a transition phase. We're transitioning between El Nino and La Nina, actually going from La Nina into El Nino. So we'll probably see a minimal hurricane season this year over in the Atlantic Basin because what's happening is the water over here in the eastern Pacific is getting warmer. When the water warms up like that, it goes into the El Nino phase. It creates wind shear that carries over into the Atlantic Ocean. The hurricanes over here that try to form definitely don't like the wind shear, so that will keep the hurricanes probably at bay. We won't see a lot of hurricanes this year over in the Atlantic Basin and probably won't the entire time we're in the El Nino cycle. Back in 2019, we were in a La Nina cycle, and you can come over here and kind of see it on this map here. I can go up to 2019. See the bluer, that means colder up through here, and then we'll go from La Nina up to right there. You can see it's warmer up there. That's an El Nino pattern, so there weren't atmospheric rivers at that time, but in 2019, there were atmospheric rivers, and we were in a La Nina phase. Going back to 2017, we were in a La Nina, and there were atmospheric rivers and flooding in California. They were right on schedule. 2017 saw the Oroville Dam spillway failure. There was more flooding in 2017 as we were in a La Nina cycle. So that's more than likely what's causing the flooding over here in California. It's happened before. It's happening again right now, and more than likely it will happen again in the future. Coming over here to the sfgate.com, looking at some shocking images out of Pajaro, California and Watsonville, California, as a levee broke in that area. I want to show you guys exactly where the levee broke, right along in here. This is normally a pretty dry river, and now it is a raging river. It was yesterday, and here's what it looked like when the levee gave way and the water flooded Pajaro, California on March 11th. and got into Watsonville as well. You can see right here a close-up view of the levee that breached from an excessive amount of water, like we saw back in 2017 from the atmospheric rivers and 2019 from the atmospheric rivers. That is because we were either transitioning from El Nino to La Nina or vice versa. And it seems like when that happens, we go into these extreme cycles of extreme rain, extreme snowfall, like we're seeing up in the elevations right now, looking at potentially another 6 feet of snow, multiple inches of rain coming into the central and north central part of California. Could see a little bit in Southern California as well, but right now the majority of the rain going into the Northern California area. Here's a current look at the radar right now as I do this video. And it is raining once again in the northern half of California, and that's due to these atmospheric rivers that keep pumping in rain to the California coast and inland and bringing snow to the elevations where it's much cooler. I want to take you guys now to Springville, California. They saw some flooding. This small river right here came way up out of its banks, and I'm pretty sure that house saw quite a bit of water. Here's the video footage from this bridge right here. Let me turn it so you can see the side rail. This is what they were looking at. Here's the railing that you're going to see in this video right here. That's the railing along this bridge. And I mean, the water went up very, very quickly. This was from March 10th of 2023, just a couple of days ago. Conditions like this are going to continue. Going to see more rock slides and mudslides and more of these creeks and rivers going out of their banks very, very quickly. Once again, that was in this area right here. This little, what looks like a large creek is clear up into the foothills of these mountains as the rivers were just overflowing with an abundance of water. Here's some more video footage that was sent in by Ray out of Dunlap, California, which is just east-southeast of Fresno, right over here at about the 2,000 feet mark, just up into the foothills. And this is what Ray saw also on March 10th of 2023. The creeks and dry riverbeds were coming up out of their banks, and water was going across the roads. And as you're going to see here in just a second, he goes down by yet another bridge, and the water is all the way up to right here. See the bottom of the bridge? Look at that. Yet another example of a swollen creek or small river that clearly went out of its banks over here and flooded most of the area that he's looking at right here. And this, once again, is in Dunlap, California, near Fresno, east-southeast of Fresno. Just a few miles. Video footage sent in by Ray from Dunlap, California. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate that. Also in this video, I want to touch base real quick on Cyclone Freddy. I talked about this world record-setting storm that's now lasted 35 consecutive days. And I wanted to share with you guys the specifics on the landfalls that this storm made. The path of this storm was so big it wouldn't even fit on the map, so I made a map to show you guys exactly what this storm did. It started out over here on February the 6th. It has been out here in the Indian Ocean nonstop now. Yesterday was 34 days. Today makes 35 straight days. That is a new world record. The old world record was by Hurricane John that lasted 31 days. But this storm here, just for clarification purposes, made landfall along the east coast of Madagascar. Then it made landfall in Southeast Africa, just north of Johannesburg. And just after making the second landfall, it stopped, went into reverse, came back out into the ocean, stalled, and then went forward again. And now it's making a third landfall in Mozambique in 35 days. So this, once again, is a new world record, 35 straight days and 3 landfalls. And right now, as I do this video, it's still going. Look at that. March 12th, and this thing started on February the 6th. Absolutely incredible. I've never seen a storm with that much longevity. Just incredible, and it is indeed a brand new world record. And coming over to the homepage of the website, today's feature photo sent in by Dan V of the moon. That's not the sun. That is the moon with what looks like a partial halo around the moon as it's very low on the horizon. Thanks for the photos, guys. Keep them coming. If you have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. If you guys have any videos you'd like to share that won't attach to the email for whatever reason, come over here to the homepage of the website, look for this red banner that says, have a large video. Click on the red banner, drag and drop your video into the red tab. Please include your first name, date, and location, and I'll take it from there. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.